And hello, my fellow nerds out there. This is Oracle Nerd Richie, and welcome back once again to Criminally Yours. Last time we got started on the story. I really like it so far, even though I tend not to like yandere type stories. But this one's actually doing really well so far. Um, I was actually kind of debating earlier whether or not I should continue playing this, or I should play a different game that I found a while back that I really ended up really liking. Um, but but I wanted to continue this one just so we can get through the story a little bit more, and then maybe tomorrow I'll play the other game. But anyways, I wanted to continue this one. This one it seemed fun, so let's just get right into it. Luckily, having slightly enhanced speed does wonders when it comes to getting to the station on time. Of course, if pressed, I could run the entire way to work, but it would be a lot harder to hide my secret identity. There are surveillance cameras on every street corner, and the press is known to pay for that kind of footage. It's gotten easier to be caught out of costume with all the advancements in technology. My mom certainly didn't have to deal with this level of surveillance back in her day. So it's vital that I play the role of an average civilian. I can't risk being exposed. It's hard to move in my work attire anyway. I arrive at the station with time to spare and look around for Nicholas. Actually, I know it's probably Nicholas. It's actually pronounced Nicholas like the regular name, but from my brain keeps pronouncing it Nicolaus because when I see A O next to each other, it's like Aus, like even like the name Klaus, for example, like Klaus from like American Dad, for example, like the fish, like his name is Klaus, and I always see Laos. I just think the grammar rule of Laos because that's how it should be pronounced, but no, it's pronounced Nicolaus, like Nicholas, like Nicholas. It's really weird. Like name pronunciations are weird. Who is usually here before me? Hmm. If there is one thing Nicholas can't stand, it is someone who runs late to anything. I stand idling, waiting anxiously for him. Maybe he just isn't coming today? As I start to cycle through every possible reason for him running late, I catch a glimpse of him in my peripheral. There, there he is in all his glory. The early morning sun reflects off of his golden hair, and $1 million smile graces his face. A smile so big it makes his eyes squint. He maneuvers through the swarm of people with a coffee cup and no cups in his hands. All eyes are on him, no doubt as entranced by him as I am. Our eyes meet and I flash him a smile. Of course, my smile is nothing compared to his. What what is a lamp's light in the presence of the sun? He rushes over to me with his hand outstretched in offerance. What's this? I take the drink from him absentmindedly.
I got your favorite.
I completely forgot that this VN is voice acted. I completely forgot about that. I completely forgot that it has voice acting. Ooh, wait, what is my favorite? Hot coffee, iced coffee. I'm gonna say this right now. I don't like coffee. I hated the taste of coffee like all the time. Like, yes, I know it wakes you up, but it doesn't taste that great in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe one of these days I'll probably pick up a flavor of coffee that I like. But I figured out my favorite flavor alcohol. It's Smirnoff. But like I don't really drink beer or alcohol at all much anymore. Like I only drank it for like I only had some for like a little while and then I stopped it because I was getting a bit of a beer belly. So I switched to water instead. Uh, but honestly, I kind of like smoothies. Smoothies are really good. I've had some of them in the past. And hot chocolate. Oh, especially on cold days, hot chocolate is really good. Um, I'm just gonna go with a smoothie. Smoothie seems fine. A smoothie in this cup?
They were out of the other cups, but yes, it is. Just like you like it. Give it a try.
I take a sip, feeling a bit doubtful, but but it does taste exactly like I take it. How did you remember my order? I think we've only gotten coffee together like maybe once, like 2 years ago.
Yeah, the work conference in Philly. don't know. Just good memory, I guess.
There's good memory, and then there's this.
Someone sounds ungrateful.
No, not at all. I'm sorry, Nicholas laughs it off.
I'm teasing. I'm glad I got it right, and that you like it. I hope. Think of it as a thank you for all your hard work.
It's, it's nothing really. I wasn't doing anything else anyway.
You? Doing nothing.
I know, how scandalous of me. Wait, this one wasn't voice acted. That's different. If you weren't doing anything, we should have hung out. I got wings and played pool at the bar. Sounds nice, but I like to relax on nights I don't go to the gym. Rejected, and so cleanly too. I shake my head. I don't mean it like that. I honestly wouldn't mind hanging out. It's just that it's hard to do that with everything else going on. He doesn't press, thankfully. Again, I'm just joking. Well, sort of. It would be fun to do something together that isn't work related. Maybe I can go to the gym with you sometime. I work out myself, if you can't tell. He flexes, bringing attention to his bicep. Oh, I can tell. But that doesn't sound like a bad idea. I mean, I do need a new trainer anyways. He might be a good motivator. I think I like that actually. Only you would get excited about going to the gym over wings and pool. I look down ashamed. I mean, hey, can't a guy like boneless wings every now and then? I wish I had half your drive, Richie. My head jerks up to stare at him in surprise. I've been meaning to switch gyms anyhow. Which one do you go to? Have you heard of the Knockout Fitness? Oh yeah. It's a date then? A date? Wait, that reminds me. Uh, sure. Speaking of dates, are you going to tell me about yours? He stretches the back of his neck.
Oh, yeah. I did say I'd tell you about it.
Oh, there we go. Voice acting is back.
The thing is, it wasn't all that memorable. Let's just say there's a reason I haven't gone on a date in a long time. Whatever we're doing right now is more of a date than whatever that was.
Do everything in my power to not get too giddy at that. I am a pretty poor date, so that's saying something. Hey now, I doubt that. You make a great date. You're just busy. Not that that's a bad thing. You're working hard. A relationship would just take away from that. I get it. I fiddle with this with the sleeve of my coffee cup, unsure how to respond. He's not entirely wrong, but I wish I could tell him the reason, how there is more to it than that. My, the words my mother said to me earlier come to mind. I wish I could be casual about dating, be casual with Nicholas, but I'm either all in or all out. If I can't give him all of me, then I can't give him anything. Maybe friendship, maybe a gym partner, but there will always be secrets between us if we date. It's just safer this way. Yeah, it's just a lot. Maybe one day I'll date. I don't know. There's no pressure. I mean, if you never do that, if you never do that, no, if you never do, that's okay too. I can't read today. As long as you're happy. His words alleviate some of my newfound disappointment. Thank you. I appreciate you being so understanding. Of course. The conversation ends just as the metro arrives. We board it, and I take a seat while Nicholas decides to stand, offering an old lady a seat beside me. Your boyfriend is so sweet. Instead of correcting her, I say, thank you. Nicholas smiles down at me knowingly. I thought it was obvious that we were only co-workers, but I suppose two people close in age and proximity can only be seen as one thing. Not that I have a problem with people thinking we're together. Then the realization hits me, like the train we're boarding. Isn't it isn't like Oracle can have a boyfriend, but maybe Richie can? That's actually a pretty. I really like introspective like that. Like, Like, oh, like like this person is basically two identities, like Clark Kent and Superman. Like they're two different people, but even on the same side, but deep down inside, they're the same person. They're both indestructible people in some way. I drop my bag onto the desk chair, already feeling stressed out. We only have this week to finish up the project before we have to present it to the boss man himself. I feel like no matter how much I work on it, it's never any closer to being done. I finished the last of my drink and consider what I should do with it. I almost want to keep it as a souvenir of Nicholas's kindness, but that would be weird. I shake my head defiantly and toss it into the trash. Why am I getting sappy over a coffee cup? I dive into my work before I can get lost in my thoughts. Thoughts of self-doubt, thoughts of Nicholas in my vision, thoughts of potentially being single forever because I'm a superhero. As I open the browser, I notice the news article just beneath the search bar. Oracle stops Kronos from bombing City Bridge. I click it and give it a once-over. The article is charitable, declaring that I did the general public a great service. It does little to soothe my feeling about the matter, though. My mother may have been harsh, but she was right. I could have done more. I have to I had to do more. At this rate, I don't know if I'll be able to defeat Kronos. He's more trouble than I had ever anticipated. Maybe I underestimated him.
What you reading?
Jesus! I jump and look up at Nicholas, who's staring down at me. A wave of deja vu hits me like a scene plays out as I did in my vision from early this morning. He looks good in every light, but the morning light really did it for him. Richie? Snap out of my trance, realizing I had been staring up at my stupidly the last few minutes. Oh, just reading this article.
I didn't know you were interested in this kind of stuff.
Especially, just curious? Anything not to work. I laugh awkwardly.
Do you know anything about that Kronos guy?
More than I like. No, just seems like another lunatic. They're getting to be more and more common these days. You think so? Well, yeah, only a maniac would threaten to bomb an entire bridge for no reason. I'm sure there was a reason. Not necessarily a good one, but still a reason. Like what? Maybe to prove he can? It's so weird. What is there to get out of that? Just to feel powerful? That seems so childish. Nicholas shrugs. Why does Oracle do what they do? To help people? I always thought that was obvious. Isn't that the police's job? Oh yes, because they're so helpful. It's nice to have someone who can actually look out for the common people, and the last thing we need are more power-hungry junkies trying to instill fear in everyone. I flush. At least that's what I think. My mom is into this stuff, so I hear a lot of it from her. Your mom? That's cute. Yeah, she's a bit of a superhero nerd.
I get it. Oracle is really something special.
I mean, one could say my character's mother is an Oracle nerd. Huh? Wink, wink, wink. Okay, okay. I'll stop. I'll stop. The joke was right there, though. I feel like that's supposed to reference me somehow, but I don't know. It could be unintentional. You do? Kind of, yeah. I mean, I can't imagine doing what they do. It's already hard enough just doing our own job, but to have so many people rely on you? How do you live like that? They probably find like they never do enough. And given how many times Cronus has gotten away, I imagine they're feeling frustrated.
Yeah, but if anyone can do it, Oracle can.
Hearing Nicholas's encouragement is a ray of sunshine. He believes in me. It emboldens me. I'll train harder than I ever have. Nothing like last night will ever happen again. That motivation doesn't extend to just my superhero work, but my own as well. We should get to work. Otherwise Dick's gonna live up to his name. Wait, is that her boss's name? Bruh, her boss's name is Rich. Okay, okay. I feel like this game was just made for me. All right, but don't. Okay, so one thing I'm gonna say, don't ever call me Dick because I know it's another name for Richard, but I don't know if people are calling me by my name or just calling me names. Like, that's the confusing part. Like, I've always hated that as a kid. Nicholas Snickers. That's a good one. I should tell him that. If you want to get fired, maybe. Nah, this place wouldn't last a day without us. Keep me out of your career, suicide. We're equally guilty. I have nothing to do with this. We're partners, of course you do. Not for long. This project is nearly over, thank God. That eager to get away from me, are you? It's not you. It's just that the project feels like it's never going to end. Don't worry. I know you didn't mean anything by it. In all seriousness, I'm gonna miss working this closely with you. Don't you mean that you'll miss having me to do all of your work? Never. I could have pushed his shoulder playfully, except I never make contact. I overextend myself and start falling over. Just as quickly, Nicholas catches me and helps me back to my chair. Thanks. I guess I'm more tired than I thought. I know he goes to the gym, but he moves like a fighter. I would know. I've trained with the best of them. I told you I worked out. You didn't believe me? No, I do. Just didn't think I'd be a match for you. Honestly, no. Do you box or something? Yeah. So you're not gonna be able to beat me that easily in our sparring match. I'm more than a pretty face, you know. I know that. You do? Well, what I mean is, I get tongue-tied. I didn't think we'd have that many similarities. Before I could talk myself into a corner, a booming voice comes from beside us. Oh no. Oh. Oh, Richie, you're working today? I quit. That's it. I'm quitting, everybody. I'm just joking. He feels like he needs. His name is Jack. He feels the need to clarify as if he wasn't obvious. It wasn't obvious by him laughing at every word. Good morning. He approaches me, taking me off guard. What color are your eyes again? Brown? I always forget. I mean, my eyes are actually brown. Like yeah, my avatar's eyes are green, but my eyes are really brown. Let him keep talking. Uh, okay, I feel like I should save here just to be safe. um, just let him keep talking. I didn't answer, which confirms my suspicion he doesn't really care. He he is just making conversation. I couldn't help but overhear you guys talking about the gym. He he couldn't help overhearing because he was eavesdropping. This isn't the first time. I go every day. I can bench about 115 pounds now. Now? It's not something to brag about. That's not something to brag about. I didn't know you even when, Richie. You're so short. Hey, alright? I am a standard 5'11", okay? I am not short. Whoops. It'd be like if a kid went or something. I catch Nicholas's eyes and we suppress a laugh as he continues to talk. You see that cat video I sent you? I shake my head. I sent it to you through your DMs. I don't think you follow me back, though. I'd like to keep it that way. You should let me know when you go to lunch today. Why? I don't know. You just look lonely eating at your desk by yourself. Maybe we can get something. I don't know. Or maybe I can get you an energy drink. You look really tired. I'm fine, thank you. I got a drink this morning. He goes to leave and quickly returns with a piece of paper. I barely had enough time to appreciate his absence. I drew this for you. I don't know how this is related to lunch, drinks, or being tired. It's a poorly drawn picture with me with a speech bubble that says, Jesus. Oh, okay, so he's a bully. Gotcha. I think he's attempting to make a joke. He's laughing enough for all three of us. I check Nicholas's expression and am startled by what I see. It's an expression I've never seen him wear before. Just as quickly as his face returns to his normal composed one. It was as if I imagined it entirely. Hey, Jack. Jack shifts his attention to Nicholas for the first time in this entire conversation. What's up? Did you see the new girl on the second floor? The new admin? Jack looks confused before something clicks. He perks up like a dog to the word treat. Oh, the blonde? Yeah, I think she said something about you the other day. I can't remember what it was. Really? I'll have to catch up with you guys later. He immediately makes his way over to the elevator. Nicholas breathes a sigh of relief, smiling with his eyes closed. You know what? I get what he's doing. I get what he's trying to do. Thank you for that. For what? His eyes sparkle mischievously. He's not a bad guy. I, I know, but I could tell he was bothering you, and that was bothering me. I guess we've stalled long enough. The rest of the day goes by smoothly, wonderfully uneventful. I used to hate the mundanity of everyday life, but it's preferable to the chaos that comes with being a hero. There is no telling when the peace will be destroyed, but I selfishly hope Kronos will hold off on our little project is is finished at the very least. The next morning, I the next morning, like most of my mornings, follows the same routine. Wake up, vision, my boss Richard telling me something. And breakfast, lecture from mom, commute, and work. Hey, could you send me your portion of the work? Oh yeah, my bad. Slacking off again, I see. Don't confuse me with you. He comes up behind me and peeks over my shoulder. I try to keep my composure as I shift open files and email the project related ones to him. You did more than I thought. We might be able to finish today. Don't jinx it. I, I didn't say something like the files are going to get corrupted. Hey, I said don't jinx it. He puts his hands up in surrender.
Fine, but it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if we had to keep working together.
We make eye contact. Excitement and fear course through my body. I have to turn away just to maintain my composure. I open up the text document and scroll down to the last sentence. In retrospect, I probably shouldn't have put everything in one place as the document starts to lag. I managed to write a couple of words before the computer freezes. Annoying, sure, but not a huge deal by itself. I make sure to throw Nick a suspicious glance. I didn't do it. I forced. Oh, I heard that. That's so nostalgic. I remember when computers make that noise. Wait, I have to hear it again. Oh, that is nostalgia right there. That is a lot of nostalgia. At force restart it and then attempt to bring up the document. Nothing happens. It opened to a blank one. The hell? I really didn't do anything. I know, but something happened. Don't tell me the file is corrupted. My breath quickens as reality sets in. Nick, that was a week's worth of work. Curse the boss and his outdated software. Without the recovery features available in newer programs, this could all be very well lost. No, 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 no. I duck my head, trying to will away the oncoming tears. Just imagine the amount of work I have to do to catch up. If Oracle is needed, I'll be fucked. Nick touches my shoulders, urging me to stand. I do, confused. He sits himself in front of the desk and begins typing away. What are you? I watch as he retypes the opening sentence. I'd recognize it anywhere. I was incredibly proud of the way I wrote it. That doesn't mean I remember the exact wording, though. But somehow he does. It isn't just a sentence earlier, either. It is the next, and then a paragraph within 10 minutes. The document is identical to the original. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I can only gape as Nick makes copies of the current document and uploads a backup.
That should do it.
How?
I don't like talking about it because it sounds like I'm bragging. But I've got a photographic memory. You might have seen it in movies and stuff.
I know it's real. I didn't realize how impressive it is. And you had read the doc before?
I did. It was really good too, so I didn't change anything.
It looks exactly the same. It's like it never happened. I had not seen him type it all out. I just assumed he recovered the original. How in the world? I guess I'm not the only person who is super. Some citizens are powerful in their own right, possessing gifts that don't seem human at all. Nick, I can't thank you enough. I throw myself into his arms to give him a big hug. He's initially stunned, simply holding me before tentatively rubbing my back. I'm glad I could help. Help? You saved my ass! My hero. I'd make a horrible hero. I hate responsibility. I laughed against his chest. Seriously, I was dreading having to redo all of that. I wouldn't let that happen. I'd just have written it for you. If I wasn't able to do this. I couldn't ask you to do that. You wouldn't have had to. We smile at each other as I stand in his arm. Nick, can I ask you something? He looks down at me dazed. Yeah, anything. I'm in a jazz band and I play sax or at least. Oh, what? No trumpet? Like the thing is like I actually did play in a band in school, but I played trumpet. Like I actually did know play people who played the drums, piano, saxophone, and there were no singers though. But I was in chorus one time. I guess the saxophone is closest enough. I mean, it's a brass instrument, I suppose, or woodwind. No, it's brass. It's a brass instrument, so it makes sense. I play saxophone. We play we play at the High Rise every Friday night, and I thought maybe you'd like to come. I know being in a band is really lame for someone my age. I really enjoy it.
It's not lame at all. Don't talk yourself down. I love that you're in a band.
I stare at him surprised. Suddenly, I feel like I've never spoken before. Everything I say sounds like it's not even coming out of my own mouth. That's another beat of nearly unbearable silence.
Are you trying to ask me out?
With the way he's gazing at me, I realize that he's not joking. A chance like this will never come again. The words my mom told me play in my head. There is no shame in having some fun and letting loose. Just something casual to take your mind off Kronos and, well, anything else. And if I am? His look of shock nearly steals away all the newfound confidence. Maybe he's just joking, and I've gone and made it awkward. This is a horrible way to say thank you. Then it's a date. I take my shaky breath of relief. Out of all the dangerous things I've done in my life, asking out my crush has got to be in the top 3. Well, let's finish up the rest of this project so we don't stress it out later. I don't want to be thinking about anything work-related on our date. I nod slowly, not convinced this isn't all just a dream. Me either. My only worry should be not making a fool of myself on my first date in what feels like a decade. There are only so many times you get lucky. I hope my luck doesn't need to end here. Nick and I work tirelessly, hopefully nearing the end of the project. The sound of gossip at the cubicle next to ours distracts us. Did you hear what happened to Jack? What? That he hit on the HR admin? Yeah, he did that, but then on his way home, apparently he got hit by a car. What? Are you serious? I am. He's in the hospital. They said he's paralyzed from the neck down. Jesus! Oh my god. I don't listen to the rest of what they have to say, turning to Nick in horror. Did you hear that? Nick nods solemnly. I had no idea. Maybe I should check on him. Nick grabs my wrist, keeping me from standing. I wouldn't. His tone is even and serious. In these situations, only family would be permitted to see him right now. I see. Maybe some flowers and a card. I could drop them off with the receptionist. He'll get the wrong idea. About what? Well, your relationship for starters. But more than that, I think he got gifts from coworkers that he might feel pitied. Or sad that he can't come back. I guess I just feel so bad. Why didn't anybody tell me? Probably just wanted to keep you focused on the project. There's nothing any of us can do about it anyway. We shouldn't stress ourselves out on his behalf. Negative energy doesn't result in quick healing after all. You're quite the optimist. There's just a lot of work to look forward to. He smiles at me and the world disappears. How is it that the horrors of the world are so much easier to stomach with someone so brilliant by my side? If Oracle had someone to fight for, then I'm sure there's nothing they couldn't do. Richie sure as hell feels invincible. You're right, I'm sorry. We should get the last bit done. Do you have to prepare anything for your performance tonight? Not too much. We practiced for about an hour and it's mostly songs we've done before. That's really impressive. I never knew you were in a jazz band. Are there any other secrets you keep from me? Too many. No, pretty uninteresting. I doubt that. I think even if there was something interesting about you, you'd downplay it. I couldn't deny that. But I know I'm not the only one. How have I known Nick these last couple years without ever learning about his photographic memory? I always thought he was one of a kind, but there really is no one quite like him. It makes not liking him all the harder. If this ends in disaster, I'll never find anyone else as amazing as him. I also have to compete. Oh, well, I skipped it. I also have to compete with all of Nick's past dates. Of course, none of them ended all that well, which is why he remains a bachelor. But does that bode even worse for me? His standards must be incredibly high. Maybe I should tell him I'm Oracle. Then maybe I'd stand a chance. I shake the thought of that out of my head as soon as it comes. My mother would kill me. I'd have to uproot my entire life if I did such a thing, and for such a stupid reason. I think that's it. Just like that, we're done. I can't believe it. Next time we'll have to present it. That's the hard part. For you, maybe. I'm honestly not nervous about that part at all. Not my fault I get stage fright. You do? Oh yeah, real bad. It's why I'm impressed you're in a band, especially for an introvert like you. Agree, disagree. I mean, I guess I am introverted, but when I perform, it's like a different personality takes over. I know if I had to perform as an office worker Richie, it would be terrible. That probably doesn't make much sense. No, I get that completely. I had a friend in high school who was a mascot. They were normally very reserved, but in their suits, they could let go and be themselves. That's really cool. But I'm surprised someone like you is scared of performing. Well, being an extrovert just means I feel energized by hanging out with others. It doesn't mean I'd be okay with making a complete ass of myself. Wouldn't you do that already? Hardly. Quit teasing me. Yet a smile plays at his lips. Another thing I learned about Nick today. We finished just as the sun begins to set, with an hour to spare. Dude, can I just say this music is really calming? I love little jazz and lo-fi and stuff to get through my day. I'm gonna say it's really good. Eventually work ends. We catch our train and chat on our way back to the stop. As we get off, Nick turns to me. So I'll be at the high rise at about 8. Sounds good. I'll see you then. Be safe, Richie. I will. You too, Nick. We go our separate ways, and I have to stop myself from pumping my fist in the air. I'm gonna miss this. Sure, we'll commute together, but we'll probably spend the rest of our days isolated in our own cubicles without the project. Especially if this date doesn't go well. It is now or never. Right. I think now is actually a good time to stop this video for now. This is already a very interesting story. I kind of do like the way Nicholas is written as a character so far. But whatever comes next, I don't really know. I'm ready for it. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like, comment what you think, share this video with your friends, and be sure to subscribe to the bell so there's a single notification. I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye.
You say you wanna try, but but you never do.